Yeah, then these last two, 7 and 8, are much more about you and keeping you going. So this point 7, think about personal effectiveness. I guess Akil mentioned earlier around scheduling. One of the big challenges with small businesses is that there is so much to do. Exactly as we've just gone through, like there's an awful lot to do to run a business, and if you're growing a sustainable business, then there'll be even more to do. I just wanted to go through a couple of models that have just helped me in sort of managing workload. So the first is about scheduling your time. There's a really simple model that comes from, it's the Stephen Covey book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the idea is simple, like think of tasks that you have in terms of small, medium, and large size tasks. And then think of the small tasks as the sand, the medium tasks as the pebbles, and the big ones as the rocks. And I think up here, what it's showing, you're trying to fill, the jam jar represents your day, your week, your month, your year. And it's saying, if you fill your time with all of the small tasks, and that's what you focus on first, when you sit down in the morning, you just do all of the small tasks. So let's say you spend all of your time looking at your emails. And then once you think that they're done, you then look at the medium-sized tasks, the pebbles, here, and then after that you think about, okay, where am I going to I'm now going to look at the big size stuff, the rocks. It will not fit in the jar. If, however, you take the approach Keel was talking about earlier in terms of scheduling, you understand, like, these are the big tasks that I have to do. This is the point in the day, in the week, in the month, or the year I'm going to do it. If you then think about the medium-sized tasks that you need to do, they will settle in around those big tasks. And then finally look at the smaller tasks and put all of the sand in as the last thing when you're scheduling, and it will settle in around and you will get much more done. It seems very easy looking at that theory, but it really does work, and it comes down to planning and it comes down to scheduling. The second model is deciding whether you will have an endless to-do list, deciding what to do with each of those tasks. And this is just a sort of fairly simple idea that if you get a task in, if you look at how urgent that task is and how important that task is, have a look first at that. Actually, yeah, this task is important. Then decide, okay, if it's urgent and important, just do it. Don't worry about scheduling, just get it done. If it's important but it's not urgent, then plan it. Make it one of the rocks that you put in your jar, and then it will get done. If a task you deem sort of not important but it's urgent, this model says delegate. I think this model is called like the Eisenhower Matrix. It says delegate. You might not be in a position where there's anyone you can delegate it to. In that case, I guess what I would do with the things in this box is like schedule them and plan them for the points in the day where you're less productive, so that you can spend your productive time. If you're really good in the mornings, spend your time up here on the important urgent stuff, or on the important not urgent stuff. Do this stuff sort of late at night. Likewise, if something is not important or not urgent, fairly obvious put like that, but just don't do it. Just move on, spend your time working up here and getting this stuff done. I think they're the sort of the two main models I guess I've used over my career of in terms of looking at personal effectiveness and how to get things done.